All right, in this video, I'm going to be explaining the exact content strategy that you can use in 2026 to generate $436,371 as a content creator if you're already making around 10 to 15K per month. It really comes down to two social media platforms that you need to use, which we'll get into in this video. So, as you can see here, the two main content or social media platforms that you need to be using is YouTube and Instagram. Now, what we are doing, the main focus of these social medias, why you're even using them in the first place, is to first generate leads, then to nurture the leads, then to close the leads. That's the most simple explanation of why you're even using social media in the first place. It's just a mechanism to generate, nurture, close, okay? Now, how many times per week do you want to be posting on YouTube and Instagram? And what do you post? We'll get into that right now. So we'll start off with YouTube. YouTube is going to be the highest ROI that you can possibly get from a content creation standpoint, because you really only need to be doing 2 videos per week minimum. Obviously, the more, the better. But 2 per week minimum. Ideally, both should be long form, sit down value content. Okay, so let's say you are a dropshipping coach or an e-com coach. These 2 videos should just be you sat down explaining specific bottom of funnel content, so specific things about an e-com store or about advertising, paid ads, etc. That's really going to be resonating with the person watching it, and you're explaining it in a long form way. So this isn't a clipped up Instagram video that's about 30 seconds long. These videos should ideally be in depth. So you want them to be at least 10 minutes, if not, going to the 30-minute mark, right? 2 per week minimum. Now, if you want to continue making more content, absolutely go ahead. Obviously, the more YouTube videos you make, the more leads you're going to be able to generate, nurture, and then close. But one thing that you could also keep in mind when you're expanding your YouTube is to add in a vlog style content at least once per week. This really resonates as a top of funnel piece of content, but on YouTube. So unlike Instagram, where you would want to be doing majority top of funnel, about 3 out of the 7 total videos that you're going to be putting out per week. Unlike Instagram, where top of funnel content only lasts about maybe 30 seconds, 10 seconds, or whatever, how long the reel is, this top of funnel content is long form. So it can be 10, 15-minute long vlog where you're flexing lifestyle, talking about your journey, etc. People are resonating with that, and then they're going into your content cycle and becoming a audience member. All right. Now, we'll go on to Instagram. So Instagram, this is the one where you are rewarded immediately by putting out more content. You need to be doing at least 7 videos per week, which shouldn't be hard. That's just 1 video per week. The way that I like to structure it is a bit of a content pyramid. Okay, so at the top, you have your bottom of funnel content. How I like to explain bottom of funnel content is you're targeting a specific group of your audience. This group of your audience already knows who you are. They know your journey. They've been probably following you for a while, and they know about your product, whatever you're selling. So in the 2 bottom of funnel content pieces you need to be making per week, you should be addressing that audience. So this could be content that's very specific to the niche you're in. Maybe you're in, organic dropshipping or, paid dropshipping, whatever. You're talking about specific issues and how to solve them within that niche. And you're also doing clear CTAs for your paid program. Okay, because people know about this. So about 2 per week. Moving down the content pyramid, the next thing you need to be doing is 2 middle of funnel content pieces. So again, you're targeting a different audience group within your overall broad audience. This audience group is more so going to be people who've maybe figured out, that you're a good content creator. They've been following you for a little while now, but they haven't gotten to the stage where they know about your product and they're very well versed in what you sell. So this style of content should be more so targeting people who maybe have a okay knowledge of what your niche is, in order to make content for them that is helping them get a better idea of what the niche is. So understand more about dropshipping, understand more about the nuances of that niche. So that's second. The last one is 3 top of funnel content pieces. So these are just viral content that you need to be making to get more random people who aren't following you to look at your page and slowly get roped into your content system. This is content that should be following trends on Instagram at the time. It shouldn't be maybe even directly related to what you're selling or what your niche is. It should just be very viral content that's supposed to get clicks and views. Because what this does is get people in through the door, and this style of content is what actually gets them to buy, nurtures them up. So you don't have to worry too much about this style of content. It should just be pure viral. Obviously, don't stray too far away from your niche. But this is where you see creators who have a good lifestyle. They'll make content that isn't really directed to what they do. Maybe they do drop shipping or like Amazon FBA, but the content they make, those 3 videos per week, will be showing their car, their expensive car, showing them on an expensive holiday, showing their lifestyle, showing them on a private jet, something like that. It doesn't even have to be that extravagant. It can just be something that is going to attract the average viewer, hit their pain point of, oh, I want to be making more money, I want to have a better life, etc. And that reels them in. Okay, so that's for Instagram. Now, going a little bit more specific into the type of content that we know converts. Okay, so type of content that we know converts. Well, the first one applies to Instagram and YouTube. This is content that speaks directly to your ICP. What's an ICP? That's an ideal client profile. You need to figure that out first before you can really utilize this step to its capacity. However, if you do know what your ICP is, you need to specifically in your bottom of funnel content for Instagram, you need to be addressing the ICP, addressing your ideal client profile. You need to be speaking almost directly to them. A lot of the time when you see YouTube videos or Instagram videos, the best comments that you can get underneath those are people saying, wow, I feel like you're speaking directly to me. That's what you want to be doing, because that's when this style of content resonates the best with an audience member, and they're way more likely to actually click through to whatever you're selling, whatever input product you're selling, mentorship, etc., and buy. So content speaking directly to your ICP. For Instagram, that would look like making bottom and middle of funnel content that's specifically aimed for maybe a problem that you personally have experienced in the past, or that a audience member, someone you know, has expressed to you recently, so you're making a video about that. For YouTube, it'd be a similar thing, just make it more long form. So make a complete video on a specific issue that your ICP is struggling with, that you are aware of. Secondly, this is extremely important. The hook is so important for Instagram and YouTube, even more so for Instagram. As we know, people's attention spans are not the best at the moment. They're very, very low. So you need to make a hook that directly impacts the person. It's a scroll stopping hook that will make the person actually want to continue watching the rest of your video. That's for Instagram, something that's going to immediately attack their consciousness, right? They're going to be thinking, okay, wow, I need to stop and actually watch this video. Again, if you're in the dropshipping niche or Amazon FBA or whatever, this could be something along the line. Are you sick of having your dropshipping stores fall flat? Amazon FBA, something similar, right? Just something that's going to really hook the viewer's attention immediately. Same thing for YouTube. You need to have a hook at the start of a YouTube video that is opening an open loop for people when they watch it, and then they will actually be more likely to finish the video. A lot of the times in YouTube videos, it'll start off with, I'm going to show you exactly how you can generate X amount of money per year or per month with X method. Okay, I even did something similar for the start of this YouTube video. It's just something that's going to hook the person's attention, and with a long format of video, you're able to actually finish the loop and leave people satisfied with an answer to that question that you posed at the start. Now, finally, for the last point, the CTAs highlight a clear pain point and bring up a case study. This applies particularly for YouTube, but it can also apply to Instagram when you're doing a CTA for your bottom of funnel content. You need to bring up a clear pain point, whatever that is, dependent on your niche, and then you need to address that straight afterwards with a case study if you want the CTA to really be effective. If you're saying something along the lines of, if you're doing Amazon FBA, are you tired of having products not sell? Well, this is Jack. He generated 40,000 per month with a winning product, and then basically go from there with your CTA after. I helped him, I can help you, etc. That's the best ways to do CTAs. If you're just saying at the end of a video, oh, by the way, I sell some mentorship, comment, speak, and I'll send it to you. That's not going to work, okay? You need to actually get people's attention, hook their attention, and then create a clear pain point, a clear open circuit in their brain, fix it, and immediately close it afterwards with a case study. So, hey, this is someone exactly like you who was in your exact same situation. They did XYZ, my method, my mentorship, whatever, and now they're getting to your exact desired outcome. You could be the exact same. This is the exact same person as you. He used my mentorship. I'm opening a few spots, add some scarcity, and then you have a good CTA there. So in total, after going through each of these one by one and talking more about the exact content style that you need to be doing, this should be a clear roadmap for you to use in 2026 as a coach, as a content creator already making between 10 to 15,000 per month with their info products. If you use this, I can almost guarantee that you will double the amount that you're making from your info products by having a clear content system, using this one that I've just outlined and sticking to this content system throughout the entire year.